We just wrapped up our red, white, and blue SVG bundle, and we've got a wonderful, coordinating freebie to go along with the bundle. It's actually a Patriotic cracker, and that's what we're going to put together. But as you can see here in front of me, I do have the bundle. I think the most popular item, obviously, from this new bundle is this beautiful gazebo that you can fit some candles into. And we've already seen a number of people do these up for their countries, because we've got fans all over the world, including Canada. I've seen some from the UK, Denmark. I think there are a lot of Canadian ones. All of them look great. And of course, you can make this for a wedding, a shower, a graduation, or just any sort of summer event. Obviously, you guys are very creative. You're going to do a number of things with this, I'm sure. We also have our little stars and stripes little, it's a bowl. I've got popcorn in it, but you can put pretty much anything you want in it. And then, of course, our cherry and blueberry pies, which double as boxes. Cute little party favor that you can hand out during your summer festivities, 4th of July festivities. All of them go together pretty quick. And then if you want to make little favors for everybody, or just kids, or whatever it may be, we do have this gorgeous freebie, and that's what we're going to put together today. So let's just jump right in here. This is the main body of our cracker. As you can see, I've already pre-folded and inked everything with a little bit of turquoise. Now, when you get yours, it's going to come out flat like this, okay? And what you want to do is fold at this line here and here and here, obviously, so that these all squeeze in together. And then, of course, I've also folded them this way as well. So the idea is we're going to glue this together, and I've got a little bit of string here so that we can close off one side, and then we can fill it in, or fill it with little treats or whatnot, and then you close up the other side. So I'll kind of go through that here in just a second. But before we put our little embellishments on, we're going to start off by gluing this together. So what I would do is start in the center. So let's throw a little bit of glue on this tab here. And I'm going to spread that glue out to the very edges of that tab. And we'll bring this in and just line it up with the neighboring section here. Try to get it lined up as accurately as you can. It's going to be a little tricky. Not really tricky, you just have to be patient. It kind of helps to maybe get your fingers in there a little bit, but do your best to get that lined up as accurately as possible. And you can absolutely, once you have it lined up, press it down flat, since it is a symmetrical piece. Should be able to do that no problem. And then we'll go over here to the tails. We'll get this side glued down, and then we'll head over to the other side. And the cool thing about this, and kudos to Ron for the wonderful design, the center of this cracker actually doubles as a little drum, which is perfectly patriotic and very festive. Okay, so we're going to get that lined up. Get it lined up as accurately as you can. Give that a little press. Let that set. Then we'll head over to the other side, last tab. And then the rest of it is pretty much just kind of, adding layers and doing a little bit of paper piecing. And if you want, obviously, this piece right here that we're holding right now, that we're assembling, if you were to cut this out of some patterned paper, it would absolutely work for any occasion, I'd say. Okay, so there we go. That looks good. So now what we're going to do is we have these little blue stars, and these are going to go on here like so. So we're going to put one here, and then we're going to put one down here, and then we're going to skip a side and do the next section and go all the way around until 3 sides have stars both on top and on the bottom. And the top and bottom are identical, except one's right side up, one's upside down. So it doesn't matter which of these little blue star pieces you choose. Just want to get it in place there. When you place it on this section, make sure you have a nice even border going all the way around it. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the bottom here now and get this glued down, and then we'll go around to the next section. And I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. So if you want, you can go ahead and fast forward me once you get it done. And the next thing I'm going to do is put this little red piece on. So when you see me pick that up, you know you're in the next section. Okay, so again, we're going to skip one side, and we're going to go to this side now, and we're going to get our little blue section in place. Just like this. So I'm actually, I think we're going to a friend's house, a friend's lake house for the 4th of July. She has 3 kids, and well, I have 2 of my own. They're not mine, they're my girlfriend's, but they're basically mine. They live with me, and I'm blessed and lucky enough to be a big influence in their lives. So I'm going to have to do up probably 4 more of these, because you know how it is. How come I didn't get one? You know how that goes. But it should be a good time. Actually got a chance to go up to Wisconsin this past weekend, and that was really nice. Went to the Dells. I'm sure some of you are familiar with all the water parks and such. That's why my face is a little more red than usual. It's not a blood pressure thing, I promise you. Okay, so you can see here as we spin it around, it's just kind of alternating. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this red piece, and it doesn't really matter if you do it this way or this way since it's a symmetrical piece. What I'm going to do is we're going to begin by just gluing one section down to anchor it, and I'm going to start in the center. Okay, so I'm going to start here on this piece. There technically isn't a center because there's 6 sides, but just pick one of the 2 inner pieces, okay, and just kind of lay it down right there. Make sure that the little score marks all match up nicely, and you can absolutely press that down flat just to get it anchored, and then just make sure that the score marks at this point work all the way around. And it looks like I did a pretty good job because everything matches up and all lines up perfectly flush once we wrap it all the way around. So now we can do one section at a time here. Just throw a little bit of glue on there, not a lot. You don't need a whole ton. And just bring that over and then press that down. Okay. And before it fully sets, you might have to bring it back a little bit. Okay, we'll bend this back, move on to the next section, and adding this layer in the center really thickens it up and makes it stronger, which is helpful. Okay, so we've got that section in place. Just press that down, bring it back real quick. And then this section here. And just fold that over, press it down, take a look at my work over here. That looks good. And that just leaves 2 more little sections. And it doesn't have to be totally perfect, but I mean, it's coming out perfect. But if it's off a tad, you know, these are crackers, probably going to end up in the hands of some kids, maybe adults, but it's kind of a disposable thing, so don't worry about being overly perfect with it. But you can see how nicely that all lines up, pretty much spot on. I'm going to fold it a couple times here. There we go. And I'm just going to press and hold that together for a second, make sure that it really takes. Okay, so now we do have 2 more little layers here. just to kind of finish off the whole look of the drum. And let me just make sure that, there we go, that looks nice. Okay, and you know what? That kind of didn't go on very flush. There we go. Okay, so the blue one now, the little blue band, same thing. You're going to want to fold this. It's 6 sections. I'm going to put glue on the first 2 intersections. Okay, and just kind of lay that right on the little score area up on top. Get that glued down. Make sure it's nice and lined up with the red section there. Okay, and then you can, while you're holding that with your fingers there, you can pull this section back and apply glue on the rest of it. Go ahead and fold it over. Just make sure that you try to keep it nice and aligned with the red section there. There we go. And then we'll fold the other 2 sections over, add a little bit of glue, and fold it over. And there we go. Okay, so now just got to put the bottom section in place. And just line that up. Just make sure that the score marks are matching up with the folded areas on the previous 2 layers. Like that. There we go. And then just fold that over while those 2 sections are drying. Add your glue and fold that over. Just make sure it's nice and flush with the very bottom of the red section there. There we go. And then that just leaves these 2 sections here. There we go. And just fold those right over into place. And as you can see here, it should match up pretty spot on there. Okay. Be patient while all these little panels dry. Okay, and there's our little drum. You can see that. And it wouldn't be complete without some little drumsticks. And we've got a white star that we're going to take and glue to, in my case, a gold foil piece here. Okay, so I'm gluing cardstock to gold foil. Sometimes you got to be a little patient with that because, well, there's not a lot of texture in the gold section. And then we're going to take some string, and I'm going to cut a little extra so I can always trim it off. I'm going to bring this in, and you're simply going to tie this. Okay, I'm basically going to tie it like I would tie a shoe. Just create 2 little loops, and then when you tie it, you can see how it kind of squeezes together, and that's what's going to hold it in place for us. Try to make the loops consistent in size, top and bottom, for aesthetics. These are impossible to grab too. All right, welcome to watching Leo struggle with elastic gold cord. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I know I am. There we go. Like that. And then we can actually, if you want, you can get a little foam square. You can glue it down if you want. I'm going to use a little foam square. Throw that on the back of this little star and drumstick, and then I'm gonna pop this on right here, just like that. Okay, so that's really it. There's a lot of additional embellishing going on with this. You definitely do not have to take it to this extreme as far as the inking. And then again, I'm going to add some rhinestones to this just to jazz it up even more, especially since it's going on our website. But if you're strapped on time and you still want to do something special, I mean, it's really cool even without the inking. So don't worry too much about all that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. I can't wait to see these. I know you're going to be excited because we don't have a cracker on our website yet. But we do now, and I'm sure that this will come in handy all year long. So if you do make this, head on over to our Facebook group and post a picture. We'd love to see it. I'd love to see it, and so the 21,000 plus other dreamers. So head on over to your Facebook search and do a search for Dreaming Tree Group, or you can type in this URL right here directly into your browser. It'll take you right there. And if you enjoyed hanging out with me today, head on over to YouTube, our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, hit the little bell so that you get notifications anytime we release a new video, whether it be a paid or free product. And aside from that, happy 4th of July. And again, if you're making this for other occasions, happy whatever occasion that may be. But either way, I look forward to crafting with you again.